Good afternoon. And here today, Chief Pena, Chief Acevedo, Mayor Pro Tem Martin, Dr. Persse, and we're going to get started. Um, Let me just start off by saying that I hope everyone had an enjoyable Thanksgiving, and I know for most of us it was different than normal, but hopefully it was an enjoyable one for everyone. Let me give you the numbers for today. The Houston Health Department reports 685 cases of COVID-19 today, bringing Houston's total to 97,703. November was the second busiest month at Houston Health Department for affiliated COVID-19 testing sites. More than 90,877 people tested between November 1st through the 28th. I want to thank everyone for getting tested before making your holiday plans. And so that's good news. It was our second busiest month for testing, and hopefully that will continue in the city of Houston. I encourage those who have traveled, those who have traveled, like my friend to the right, those who have traveled or been in the presence of those who have traveled to get tested. Okay, so a lot of people traveled this week, and a lot of people had people who traveled to their homes. Let me encourage both groups in the next few days to get tested. That will benefit all of us as we move forward. With regards to the positivity rate for today, the positivity rate in the city of Houston is 8.4%, and this was going through yesterday, November 29th, which factors in today. That is down slightly from last week's positivity rate of 8.8%. But still higher than where we want to be. So that is a bit of good news. It's a snapshot in time. So the positivity rate is 8.4%. Last week it was 8.8%. And again, we will see how things unfold over the next 2 weeks. I simply want to point out that the things that we have asked people to do, if we do them collectively, do them together, they certainly can work. So this is just a moment, a snapshot in time, and I'm going to ask people to continue to adhere to all of the protocols as we deal with COVID-19. I would not be surprised if we see another uptick post-Thanksgiving with all of the family and friends gathering, people traveling, and reports of crowded establishments in our area. As I said over the weekend, I am watching the numbers carefully. A lot of what we decide to do going forward will depend on people's behavior, the extent of the community spread, and the status of our healthcare delivery system. And so, again, let me ask you to avoid crowded spaces. If you walk into some business establishment and you see that it is just crowded, people standing shoulder to shoulder, especially without any masks on, then I would ask you to simply turn around and move in the opposite direction. Fortunately, today, again, a bit of positive news. For today, there are no new deaths. We are reporting today, and so the total number of deaths in the city remain at 1,436. Again, this is just a moment in time, and all of these numbers are subject to change tomorrow, next week, and the days and weeks to come. But over the holiday weekend, we announced the sad deaths, though, of 2 City of Houston employees due to COVID-19. I want to take a moment to acknowledge both and offer my deepest condolences and prayers to their families, friends, and especially those that they work with on a daily basis. The Houston Public Works employee, Joel Casarillo, passed away on Wednesday, November the 25th, after fighting COVID-19 in the hospital for the past week. So Joel began his career in the Code Enforcement Division on May 12th of 2014. His wife is also an HPW employee. I had the privilege of speaking to her on Saturday, Veronica, who is also a Public Works employee. She told me how much Joel loved his job and his co-workers, and he wanted to be able to wear a shirt that said, "I survived COVID-19." But sadly, he did not get a chance to do that. With your help and your cooperation, others can wear the shirt that he is not able to wear himself. And then last Friday evening, the Houston Police Department announced Senior Officer Ernest Leal Jr.'s death due to COVID-19. Officer Leal joined HPD in 1984 and served with commitment and compassion, a great deal of pride and dedication to our city. In city government, we mourn for public servants who died. That includes 9 municipal employees, 3 Houston firefighters, and now 1 Houston police officer who have died because of COVID, because of the virus. And we are trying to strike a very delicate balance in protecting the public's and the community's health, and at the same time wanting to keep businesses open, okay? So it's a very delicate balance. And we're asking people and businesses to work with us, And, I know my staff is trying to work out my schedule in terms of me kind of getting out and about and take a look at what's happening in some of these establishments. These bars now serving as restaurants, these clubs. And so if by chance you see me coming in, I'm not coming in there for a drink. I'm coming in there to take a look for myself because we have limited options, which means as I go about the city and come into your establishments and see that it's nothing but a community spreader event, then the last resort that we have as local officials, at least within my arsenal, is to impose a curfew that will just shut it down at a certain time. Don't want to do it, but we are concerned about these rising numbers, what's happening within our hospitals, and doing everything we can to keep people across the board safe. So if by chance you see me coming in there, it's not coming in there to have a drink and to socialize with you. It's coming in there to see what you're looking like and whether or not people are in there with no masks on and crowded together, and it's a community spreader. And if we see that happening all throughout our city, then you're simply not going to leave. You're not going to leave us with too many options. So please just consider yourself forewarned. And I do want to thank the thousands and thousands of Houstonians that did do what we asked people to do. They kept their Thanksgiving dinners small, and they did adhere to the protocol. So let me thank you. Let me thank the many businesses who are doing the right thing and cooperating. I want to thank you as well. So let's just keep it up. We're too close to when the vaccine will start to be distributed. So let's just be patient and let's continue to work together. And my goal is that we can continue to drive the positivity rate down and then start seeing the number of hospitalizations, that number start going down as well.